Hey, all you suburbanites with your white picket fences, if you think Subaru really mailed it in with its last family SUV effort, the Tribeca, well, I got news for you. Subaru is back with a new vehicle it says is a truly large vehicle designed for the American family. It's called the Ascent. Now, Subaru already previewed the Ascent with an Ascent concept vehicle that came out at the last round of auto shows. This looks pretty similar here. You see this giant grille, it spreads across the nose here, comes fairly far down the bumper, a pretty clean bumper setup here. Overall reminds us of kind of a larger version of the Outback or the Forester, Subaru's smaller SUV. Ground clearance here on the Ascent is 8.7 inches. That's about as much as it is on the Outback, and that's despite this being considerably longer nose to tail, about 7 inches longer than the Outback right now, bumper to bumper, about 5 inches longer than the old Tribeca. You come around the back here, a couple of features I'll point out. First off, check this out. If you get a towing package, the actual trailer hitch here sits underneath a removable panel. It kind of keeps a cleaner design here, similar to what you get on some luxury SUVs. Up here, there's an additional camera, and that's for the available rear view mirror system. It's a smart rear view camera, rear view mirror system we've seen on a few other vehicles. It actually shows what's behind you minus whatever you might have in the second and third rows. It actually sits underneath where the wiper can swipe with the wiper washer. So Subaru says if it gets dirty, you can actually get it cleaned. Not to be confused with the backup camera, which actually sits down there. Pretty straightforward interior here with a dashboard that kind of waterfalls down here toward the center console. Not a ton of storage space as big three-row family SUVs should go, but you do get some. There's a little tray ahead of here, and you can maybe throw some things in this little shelf right here. Overall materials at this car at the auto show, of course subject to change, they seem pretty good. There's a lot of kind of convincing three-dimensional stitching on certain areas of the dashboard. It stays consistent as you get to the second row. Subaru didn't cheap out there. Lots of family-friendly features here. An 8-inch touchscreen here in this car at the auto show, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's 19 cup holders and up to 8 USB ports plus a 120-volt household outlet, so no one should really be lacking for power. Now, the second row comes either as a 3-seat bench or 2 separate captain's chairs. If you get the bench, it extends maximum seating capacity in the Ascent all the way up to 8 people. I'm 6 feet tall, that's where I would sit to drive in. I have decent room right here with the seat all the way backwards. Even with it all the way forwards, it's okay. Now, another editor who's taller than 6 feet, he and I actually worked out a pretty good compromise between the second row and the third row. It's not terribly roomy back there, but it's certainly workable for adults on short trips. That's about as good as it gets in a 3-row crossover SUV. And a first for Subaru, Eyesight will be a standard feature, not optional on the new Ascent. That includes things like forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, a lot more safety features there. Standard. A turbocharged 4-cylinder puts out about 260 horsepower. Subaru says it's good for as much as 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. That's very competitive with other 3-row SUVs. Expect a lot more, including our driving impressions and full pricing, which Subaru promises will start in the low $30,000 range once the new Ascent goes on sale in the summer of 2018.